There is so much misinformation out there when it comes to what it actually takes to become a millionaire. So it's a little more than watching a couple of YouTube videos about making money and hoping for the best. So today I'm going to share with you the secret traits and principles behind what it takes to truly get you there. And I promise if you stick around until the end, you're going to hear things that are going to shift the way you think about your everyday life. Now, we live in a time where you no longer have to do a 4-year degree to build skills, gain knowledge, and make some serious money. So I made more money in my 20s than most doctors, lawyers, and scientists, and the access that we have today is actually unlike anything any other generation has had before us. So most people treat it like a distraction. The people winning, they're actually using it as a tool. And the knowledge sitting at our fingertips right now has the power to change our lives and create genuine financial freedom. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. Now, if you have spent any time on social media looking for ways to make money, you already know everyone out there is selling you their version of this one secret formula. But actually, every single person watching is in a completely different life situation with different skills, different circumstances, and a different starting point. And that's exactly why I'm not going to give you the script to copy. I'm going to give you the principles, because these work regardless of who you are, what you do, or where you are starting from. So basically, anyone can do this. It just looks a little different for everyone. So principle number 1 is setting clear and specific goals. Sit down and ask yourself, what are my biggest goals in life? Define them clearly, and then break them down into smaller, actionable steps. Wanting to get rich is a great starting point, but you need to go much deeper than that. So I would turn it into something actionable, like I will spend 1 hour a day learning a skill that will make me money. So that is actually a commitment that you can show up for every single day. Now, behind every goal, there should be a reasoning. So some sort of reasoning. For me, I used to dream about one day living on a lifestyle block, which is a big piece of land, greenery everywhere, my kids running around barefoot on the grass, and being able to support a big family and also actually be present for my family as well. Now, that image was so specific and so vivid that it really pulled me forwards on the days that I wanted to quit. I was like, no, I can't quit. I need to live in this lifestyle block and have a big family. And it's actually the life that I'm living right now, so that dream really became my direction. So yes, wanting to be rich is valid, but get specific about what rich actually looks like for you. Is it your kids growing up with space and freedom? Is it never having to check your bank account before booking a flight? Is it being able to support your parents? So the more personal your why is, the harder it is to give up when things get a little bit tough. Now, on the other side of this, you have to actually believe that you are worthy of that life. That is the only way this works, is if you actually believe it. So people, they stay in their jobs that they hate and situations they've outgrown because somewhere along the way, they were just convinced that that is what they deserve. So that is a self-worth problem, not a money problem. You are worth more than that settling, and the sooner you own that, the sooner everything's going to start to shift for you. So principle number 2 is using what you already have. Now, this principle is something that a lot of people overlook completely. It is one that I wish somebody had told me earlier. Use what you already have. So everything you need to start is already within you. The fact that you woke up today, that you can think, you can dream, you can learn, you can take action, that is enough. So just start there. And I know it's super easy to get caught up in what you don't have yet, but gratitude for where you are right now is what is really going to fuel the drive for you to go further. And every single day you choose to work towards your future instead of away from it is the day compounding in your favor. It doesn't matter how many times you've started over. Doesn't matter how old you are or how many times that you have talked yourself out of it. The only person telling you it's too late is you. And it's actually time to change that story. Principle number 3 is learning a high value skill. So this principle is committing to 1 to 2 hours a day. So before you tell me you're too busy, I want you to think honestly about how much of that time is currently going on doom scrolling on social media and maybe watching Netflix. So a high value skill is simply something that you can monetize. Could be content creation, video editing, copywriting, online sales, social media management, building a website. The list really goes on. So I would pick something that genuinely interests you and just go deep on that. Now, the reason most people don't do this isn't because the information isn't available. I mean, there's so much information out there. It's because they're too busy consuming content that gives them nothing in return. So start being really intentional about who you follow and what you watch. Unfollow accounts that add no value and replace them with people who educate, inspire, and also challenge you to grow. So your feed on social media is going to shape your mind more than you realize. So make it work for you. Now, principle number 4 is be willing to make sacrifices. And I'm going to be straight with you. This is where most people fall off, because cutting things that feel comfortable is really hard. It can be very, very hard. But if a habit or an activity or how you're spending your time isn't moving you closer to your goals, it's actually moving you further away. There is no neutral. Protect your health. Protect your sleep, your energy. These are non-negotiables. They are not luxuries. Your daily habits are building your future right now, today, whether you're intentional about them or not. So here is the reframe I want you to hold on to. Building something is hard, but being stuck, it's also hard. Being broke is hard, but staying in a life that you've outgrown is also hard. So you've got to choose the hard that's actually worth it. Now, principle number 5 is protecting your circle. Surround yourself with only people who genuinely support you. They uplift you, they encourage you, and I'm going to warn you now, some people who seem supportive today, they're going to pull back the moment you start making real moves, and that's okay. You do not owe anyone an explanation for why you're investing in yourself or spending time on your goals instead of hanging out. Your future actually comes first, and the real flex is having people around you who are going to celebrate your wins as loudly as their own. Now, if you can't find these people right now, it is genuinely better for you to move in silence and just let your results do the talking. The right people are going to come in time. Now, principle number 6 is prioritize and eliminate time wasting. So I want you to look at your daily activities and just ask yourself honestly, what is this actually adding to my life? And just filter out those distractions. I would start planning out your days the night before, maybe writing down a list of things you want to complete the next day and just rank them in order and just get them done. Think of your time as money and spend it where you're going to get the highest return. Now, this shouldn't feel painful. Wanting to upgrade your life, it should be exciting. Now, principle number 7 is being consistent. And this is the one that separates the people who make it from the people who don't. You're not going to see results immediately. There will be boring tasks. There are going to be slow weeks. There are going to be things that don't go to plan and moments where you question everything. So I remember my first month running my first business, I had barely any sales. Pretty embarrassing. Even though I did have some really supportive friends, I really questioned whether I should even keep going. But I stayed and I worked through every mistake as a lesson rather than a failure, and I ended up making $3.5 million that year. And in my 20s, I've made over $30 million. Imagine if I gave up at the start when that first business wasn't going right. Life is going to throw a lot at you, that is absolutely guaranteed. But so is this. So every single day you wake up is another chance to move closer to the life that you actually want. Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how many times you've started over, doesn't matter how many times you've convinced yourself it is too late for you. The only voice telling you that you've missed your window is your own voice, and that voice is wrong. So you have everything that you need. All you have to do is decide how you're going to use it. So everything I share on this channel, every video, every piece of content, it's actually here to uplift you. It's here to educate you, remind you of what you're capable of. And I've personally tested every single thing I teach. I would never put something in front of you that I didn't really believe in or hadn't produced real results for me. So use this channel, come back to it, share it with somebody who needs it. And if you're sitting there right now feeling like you don't have anyone in your corner, just know that I'm in your corner watching you grow, and this is exactly why I'm doing this. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon.